In order to create a quiz inside of Adobe Learning Manager, first, make sure you're logged in as an author. Once you're logged in, you can click on Create Content from the home screen or navigate to the left-hand side and choose Content Library. Once you're inside of the Content Library, go to the top right-hand corner, choose Add, and then select Quiz. Now you're on the Create Quiz screen. Here you're going to give your quiz a name and a description. Once that's done, it's time to start adding questions. So just click right here on Add Quiz Question. This is going to take you to the quiz question creation screen. From here, you can choose your question type. You have multiple choice, true, false, and fill in the blank as your options. In this case, we're going to start with a multiple choice question. Now simply add your question to the box. Then you can choose whether or not you want to allow multiple answers to this question. In this case, we don't. And then you can start adding responses. If you want to add more than just the 2 default responses, tap on the plus sign next to the last answer here, and it'll just add another response field for you, just like that. Then I'll add my final response. I'll choose the correct answer by marking it with this circle here on the far left side. Then I have the option to assign a point value to this question, which makes it easier to weight the question within the broader context of the entire quiz. For this question, we're going to give it 5 points. Then you can say whether or not this is required in order to pass the quiz. In this case, we're just going to leave that alone. And then we have 2 options. One, save and close, which would just close this and allow you to go back to the quiz creation screen, or save and add another, which allows you to continue adding questions. So let's click on that. This time, we're going to add another question, but we're going to choose a different format. This time, we'll choose true, false. I'll add my question. Then I'll select the correct response, assign my point value, and we'll choose save and add another. Finally, we'll choose a fill in the blank question. The fill in the blank question is interesting because you have to make sure that you add a blank wherever you want the phrase that's missing from the fill in the blank question to go. Let me show you how that works. I'll start by typing the first part of my question. Then I'll click add blank. That's going to insert the blank into my question like so. And then I can type my answer here in the answer field. Since this requires a more complex response, I'm going to give it a little bit more weight inside the quiz. In this case, 10 points. Once I'm finished, I'll click Save and Close. Then you're taken back to the Create Quiz screen where you'll see your questions listed here. You'll also see the type and the score. As we scroll down the page, you'll see you have a total number of questions of 3, a total possible score of 20, and you'll be able to set a passing criteria. So in this case, I'm going to say this person needs to score at least 15 points or 75% in order to pass the quiz. Here you can choose whether or not to show the correct answers to learners after the quiz. I'm going to leave that enabled, and you see you have 2 options, only if the learners pass or always show correct answers. In this case, I want them to always see the correct answers so they can see exactly where they might need to improve. Then we're going to go down here where you can randomize the question order or randomize the option order. I'm going to turn both of these on, making it a little bit more challenging if someone were to retake the quiz later on. Down here at the bottom, you can tell someone how long you expect this to take. Now, this is sort of arbitrary because everybody reads at a different level, different pace, etc. But it just gives somebody an idea. In general, I like to say 1 to 2 minutes per question. We have 3 questions here, so let's err on the high side, and let's just say that this is going to take approximately 6 minutes to complete. Then we're going to add some tags. I'm going to use the same tags that I've been using as I've been creating this course, making it easier for me to aggregate the content. So I'll start by typing out the word manager, and there's my manager orientation. There's my management track, and then the new manager tag. Finally, at the bottom, you have the option to add a quiz theme. This allows you to create branding on the quiz player by adding your logo or a background. I'm not going to do that in this case though. Let's scroll up to the top, and then we can either save this as a draft if we feel like we need to come back to it later, or we can choose publish. Once we click on publish, that's going to automatically create the quiz. You'll see a confirmation message, and then that quiz is immediately available to be used inside of a course or learning path in Adobe Learning Manager.